So the debate continues. What's actually better? Single set training to failure or multiple sets training to failure? First of all, let's clarify one thing. If you are not training to muscle failure, then obviously multiple sets are going to be more effective in generating enough stress and fatigue to stimulate an adaptive response. The point I'm making is that you don't need to do it in 3 sets. The goal of exercise is to generate a significant amount of stress in the muscle through muscle fiber recruitment by loading it with resistance. It can be done optimally and effectively in just 1 set. But the way most people train, like trash, with very low intensity of effort, not really pushing themselves, well, they can't do it in 1 set because their sets are not very good. They're not very effective. Therefore, you're going to need more than 1 crappy set to get the desired stimulus. But in reality, you could just do 1 good set. The analogy I make is this. It's kind of like washing your car. You could give your car a quick once over and get it kind of clean. And if you did that multiple times, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, then eventually your car might get the desired level of cleanliness. Or you could spend a little more time on it, doing it once and cleaning it properly, and not have to do it 3 times like crap to get the desired level of cleanliness. The same thing applies to training. If you do 1 set of adequate duration with adequate intensity of effort, then you don't need to do 3 crummy sets the way people do it. So I've got some research pulled up here. And this was James Fisher, James Steele, and Dave Smith's paper called Evidence-Based Recommendations for Muscle Hypertrophy. And what they did was they looked at all of the scientific literature on muscle growth over the past 30 years. And what they came up with was 4 different papers on the recommended number of sets when it comes to optimal muscle growth. 3 out of these 4 papers showed that single set training is identically effective to multiple set training, and in one of the papers it showed it was more effective for improvements in cross-sectional area or muscle thickness of the elbow flexors or the biceps. So the first study, done by D.B. Starkey, the conclusion was that 1 set of high-intensity training, to failure, was as effective as 3 sets for increasing knee extension and knee flexion isometric torque, strength, and muscle thickness. Okay, the study was done in 1996. So the first study shows they're identically, equally effective in producing strength and muscle size. The second study they looked at, Ostrowski, 1997. There were, all 3 training volumes. So they had 3 groups. One group did 3 sets per muscle group. Another group did 6 sets per muscle group. And another group did 12 sets per muscle group. So what they found was all 3 training volumes significantly increased muscle size, strength, upper body power, with no significant differences between groups. So there's one group that did 4 times more volume. So the first group did 3 sets per muscle group. The third group did 12 sets, 4 times more volume for no significant difference in muscle size. So that was the second study. The third study, P. Gentle, M. Bataro, November 2010. It was received in March 2010. So what they found was, this was interesting. They had one group do 1 set of elbow flexion, another group do 3 sets of elbow flexion, and what they found was the group that did 1 set increased muscle size, muscle thickness by 7.2%. The group that did 3 sets of curls only increased muscle thickness by 5.9%. Showing that the group that only did 1 set of biceps curls to failure improved more than the group that did 3. So what's the point? The point is, if you're training intensely, additional sets are useless. But if you train like most people do, like crap, then you're probably going to want to do more than one set in the multiple set training. But if you follow my approach to training, my guidelines to performing an effective, efficient, and safe set, then not only will you only need one set, you would see adverse effects or no effects at all, in best case scenario, by doing more. So if you would like to learn how to train this way, how to train with physiologically based approaches to exercise, so you can get the most out of your training and only have to do one set, and cut your time in the gym down by 80%, click that link in the description below and book a free call with me and learn how my evidence-based approach, my science-based approach, my research-based approach to training can help you transform your physique in 8 weeks. Because likely, if you've been training for the last few months or several years, like most people have, and you haven't seen significant results, you're doing it wrong. It's almost certainly you're doing the crappy sets, set after set after set like crap and not stimulating anything. And I could show you how to stimulate your muscles optimally, which is one set, saving you time and getting you way better results than you've previously seen before. Book a free call with me, link in the description below, and I'll teach you how I can help you transform your physique in just 8 weeks of personal mentorship and personal coaching.